Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Pabs, a right-seeing VTuber and an artist, and today we're going to be making a few assets. So, yesterday, a few days ago, it wasn't Sunday, was it? No, it was Saturday. On Saturday, a friend of mine, Bunny, redeemed one of my redeems, which is to suggest a prop. This time around, it was a fancy pair of sunglasses, like this pink pair that was on the SpongeBob show. Let me go to the working stream. We might actually be able to get a better handle on things from there. Let's see here. But yeah, today is going to be quite a busy day. Not for any particularly noble reason, mind you. Noble reason sounds like a weird way to put it. It's going to be a busy day because we're going to be spending a long time on this specific bit, because I feel like, I have mega nerd glasses. I made those for like my 3D back when I was like first trying out 3D stuff. I got those glasses because I thought it'd be like good to have like myself, kind of showing that I'm studying. And now I'm gonna make some because I just need the variety. It's good to have like a lot of choices though. Like, I do believe that. Let's see here. Oh yes, let me put on some music for the folks watching it live. Let's see. But yeah, no, I tell you, today's been kind of weird. It's not like it's been particularly busy, and actually, really, it's been quite a relaxed day at work and everything. But the thing is, oh, right. So these are the sunglasses that Bunny redeemed. I have quite a few more waiting in the wings, though. We'll see how many of these we can do. Yeah, let's trim those down actually a little bit. But yeah, I really like these. They're so fun looking. Where's my tablet pen? Where in God's name did I leave my tablet pen? Oh, here it is. It was on like the... Okay, so I have my... Like most people, I have my stuff on the middle of my desk. But I have more... Okay, so like... Wow. To give you an idea, right? This would be my desk. My computer... My monitors are around here. I usually sit it around here, just a little off to the side. Like one of my monitors is practically dead on. So I have more space over here than I have over here. So what that usually ends in is that I put something over on the right and left-hand side, and that just gets gone and forgotten for like a good long time. Okay, so I think the way we do this, the most efficient way, at least to me, feels like it would be to use the symmetry tool. So let's go ahead and do that. Symmetrical ruler. Okay. I think this is also going to be one of the first art streams that I do after having switched over to aliased lines, which is going to be weird. Also, it's like way too big. Okay, so I want these guys to be like... Yeah, I think around... No. Yes, okay. So, okay, here's what we do. First, we rasterize this layer. Put the ruler on another one to save it. Make it a slightly different color so we know where we're going. And then... Vector layer, ruler. Let's go. Okay. But yeah, that blue line... I'm going to take a sip of water here. But yeah, it's been one of those days where you barely do anything, but it still feels like you ran a marathon. Yeah. Thankfully, those days are few and far between, but, when they come, no boy, do you feel them. Let's see. Okay. Then over here. Okay, I think I need to make them a little bit more together. Yeah, and a little bit slightly less sharp. Okay, so I want to have like almost like one of those cat eye designs up here. Yeah, the good news is that the main obstacle is if I make them too tall. If I make them too tall, it's no good because then I can't... or no, rather too wide. If it's too wide, I can't really do that. But if I make them too big or like, too tall, that's not really an issue because I can just shrink them down a little. Hell, they probably look really funny with like really small. All right. Glasses time, correct. Hi, bunny. All right, let's see here. Actually, these surfaces here are a little bit smoother. Hang on. All right, let me redraw the width on these guys. A little bit thicker? Yeah, a little. Yeah, a touch thicker, right? Wait, no, didn't I have a pen that lets me, like, uniformize this thing? Yeah, fix width. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Process the whole line, baby. No, that might be a little too thick. Oh yeah, apparently it's gonna start being Super Bowl season pretty soon, which I find honestly hilarious. Not because I have any particularly strong feelings towards American football, but because I remember that my family's Super Bowl tradition. Bear in mind that we're like an Ecuadorian family. So our Super Bowl tradition wasn't like actually watching the games. It was watching the commercials that people would run during the games because the Super Bowl is historically speaking like a hotbed for advertisement, right? So everybody like really puts the stops out. It costs like $6 million to air something for 3 seconds. It's a whole thing, right? So a lot of companies they really like put some effort into the advertising at the time. So that usually ends up with some pretty decent commercials. I think there's usually like highlight reels even on YouTube that you can find. But yeah, my family's like pastime during Super Bowl season was to just like fish for really good advertisements, and we would just share them with each other. It's been a while since we've really done that because even though like sharing stuff has been more convenient than ever, we're all on like slightly different time zones. We've all got our own stuff cooking, so it's been a little bit more difficult to revel in that. Not to mention advertisement is just like, yeah, we did this back when it was like, advertisement was still like somewhat escapable, but nowadays it's really not. Hmm. I'm almost starting to wonder if I shouldn't have like done a sketch of these or something because I can't. I'll have to do them in one go if it's a symmetry tool like this. Hmm. Okay, yeah, that works. Hmm. Yeah, these don't feel very dynamic though. I think I will do like one quick pass for these, just real quick, and then do like this is gonna be like the draft version, and then we're gonna do the proper version. I don't. It might be because I don't have eyes, but glasses are really difficult to make for me. Not just for me specifically. I mean, like it. I find it difficult to like make glasses. Hmm. Hmm. One, two. Okay, these have three pips up top and 3 pips at the bottom. I would have just drawn over them. I mean, yeah, but I can't. Huh? Hang on. I might be overthinking things here. Hang on. All right. First, I gotta like make sure that they're like flat, so to speak. You know what they kind of remind me of? They remind me of axolotls. Okay, hang on. Yeah, okay. Let me actually move them a little bit to the right. Okay, yeah, you're right. This is much better. Thank you, Bunny. I don't know why I overthink things like this sometimes. Like, I just get so caught up in like what would be cool and technical that I think like sometimes I just like ignore the obvious answer. It's something of a benefit and a negative, you know. Like on the one hand, it ends up with like much more thorough solutions, but on the other hand, it also ends up with like moments like this where I just kind of make it more complicated than it needs to be. There we go. Okay. Up. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of like what my family used to do for the Super Bowl. Although I do wonder, like with inflation and everything, I remember that like $6 million figure was like again back in 2013 or something. So I'm wondering how much it costs to run a Super Bowl ad now. You know, not even taking into account the production and everything. Yeah, I know that the Super Bowl halftime shows are always a big deal as well. I remember one time they had like somebody that just flopped really badly with the audience. I don't remember what happened with that. I don't remember who it was. I think like they wanted like a version of like of like Sweet Victory from SpongeBob, topically enough, or something like that. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was, but I remember there were like people who were like really disappointed with how badly it flopped. I guess that's true for just about any live performance. Yeah, it was that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad I wasn't just imagining shit. They were supposed to do the memorial. Oh my god. But didn't do the full song. Oh, that's whack. Yeah, they did so they ended up kind of half-assing it, huh? Jeez. You know what? I kind of want to tune up the sequins a little bit. I'm not. Well, they might not be sequins actually. There's a material that I really like the texture of. It looks ugly as hell, but I love it. It's called Bakelite. And let me see if I can pull up a picture of Bakelite. No. Yes. Okay, here we go. It's like this material here. Oh, wait, no. Here's a really good picture. Yeah. I like Bakelite the way it looks. I think it looks ugly as hell as clothes. If that, I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I like how this stuff looks. Apparently, it has like a very like weird smell to it. Not once I do it, but if you like smell scratch it or something, it makes like a weird smell. Like what's it called? That thing that they use to avoid decomposing bodies. Formaldehyde. That's the stuff. But yeah, still. I do wonder what that means for like the show this year. I feel like nobody's talked about the halftime show in the Super Bowl for like ages and ages. Although that just might be because I don't have my finger on the pulse of things quite like I used to. Let's see. Okay. I kind of want to bring it. Okay, I want to bring it. I think I might need to look at this from like a eagle eye, not eagle eye, bird's eye view. Eagle eye just means like you can see a lot of stuff. Bird's eye view is the actual like perspective, the big picture perspective. Hmm. Actually, I'm going to add another square right here. I know it's supposed to be 3 up top and 3 at the bottom. It's definitely died down. I do remember being smaller and in school, the ads being talked about like a novel thing on YouTube, but I haven't heard or seen anything about the Super Bowl in years. Huh. So it wasn't just me then. That's kind of interesting then. Like I do wonder what happened then. I'm also out of the loop, but Twitter or Instagram will try to shove things down my throat about it. Yeah. Once something gains like a certain amount of critical mass, it just kind of like permeates the entire newscape for a week or so, even if it doesn't mean to. Last night I noticed was the Little Nas X ad, but that's only because I followed him at the time. That is weird to think about, right? Like that musicians have advertisements, right? Oh wait, no, that okay. So Little Nas X ad. Okay, that's not advertising his music. That's advertising his. Okay, it's an advertisement with him in it. Okay, right. I see. I was gonna say, like, I feel like I don't think I've seen a commercial for Doritos Super Bowl campaign. Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like I haven't really seen. You know, there's definitely like people who promo themselves and such. Like that's not anything new. But I don't think I've seen a commercial for a musician or anything in like a long ever. Actually, I guess MTV used to do that a lot. Is MTV still a thing? I don't think it is. I don't know if MTV is still around. Let's see here. But yeah, I don't think I like again. They make promotional stuff and everything. I mean, they make teasers on YouTube, but I don't think they. Yeah, self-advertising and hitting it on TikTok. Exactly. Yeah. Like there's this band that I listened to, Magnolia Park, and I remember that they had like a teaser for their first music video for their album. I really like Magnolia Park. They're very fun. They have like a very kind of like anime opening sound to them that I really enjoy. Let's see. But yeah, I don't think I've. Yeah, like you say, it's mostly self promotion. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think we're cooking with something here. Okay. Should I like. Okay. I want to make sure that this comes off as being like particularly fancy glasses and not just being like an opera mask. So I think I'm going to try and shrink it down a little. And then that's going to kind of like pop up over here. Can't think of it. Okay, you can only kind of see it on SpongeBob. Me and him are very similar in that neither of us really have ears to speak of, but we still need to wear glasses sometimes. SpongeBob. That's a character I relate to in at least a few significant ways. You know, he's a sponge. I'm a bag of rice. I'm kind of round. He's square and porous. You know, I'm saying there's parallels, cinematic parallels. Square lads, yeah. Actually, I come to think of it, my dome is kind of squarish, isn't it? Let me increase the size. Okay, so here's what I think needs to happen. Increase the size again. Or maybe even decrease it even more? Hang on. No. I think decreasing it might not be the right answer. Okay, hang on though. This might be a good size. I think this is definitely like a good size for them. Man, I used to have one of those like eye masks that you could like cool down or heat up, you know, full of beads and everything. And one time I popped it on accident. I don't have it anymore, but I remember that thing feeling like so fun to like just squish around in your fingers with, which in retrospect may have resulted in the popping. you know, upon further consideration, the popping may have been a result of like me just messing around with it too much. Okay. Ooh, crunchy wrist. Okay, over here. Over here. Come on, bud. There we go. Oh, I see. Hang on. Whenever I have to make a change somewhere in one of these squares, I need to remember to do it in the other as well. Thankfully, I think that's more or less the last of them. Okay, I'm gonna try and reposition this square and copy the same movements on the other side. Maybe this one too. Yeah, when I was like 12 or 16, that's a really big difference between those years. God, like the difference between being 12 years old and being 16-year-old, to me at least, was a massive difference. Like I was two completely different people between the time I was 12 years old and I was 16. There are new assets on the clip store that let you do that, repositioning both sides while using the symmetry too. Hot damn. I need to get me some of that. Alright. In any case, I think we're just about ready to start coloring this sucker in. Sponge, me boy. I have need of you. I do think I remember seeing it like an advertisement for that on Tumblr, actually. Yeah, one of the brush creator on there kind of showed off one of those brushes. Yeah, I want to try and create a few different glasses because I want to do a bit today where each time I complete a pair, I have to wear them immediately. And I think that's going to be very chaotic the more of them I manage to create. So that's kind of my incentive for hauling ass on this. On these props. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna put 100% of my effort into them, but it's just that sometimes 100% of effort doesn't really, you know. I'm making like a pair of glasses. That's not. It's not that it's not worthy of 100% effort. It's that if you put in 100% effort, it's gonna go by very quickly. There are some things that I do feel are like just. It's not a matter of it's difficult. It's just like you can just get it done, and it just goes by way too quickly if you try too hard. Sometimes that's a good thing, though. You know, like paperwork, for example. It's good to be careful when working with paperwork, but if you need to haul ass, you can most certainly accomplish it. Hmm. Okay. Gonna use a Millie pen for this one. Just kind of like where they touch, I'm going to add a little bit of that purple coloring. Actually, come to think of it, it might be faster to just do the whole thing at once and then figure it out later. Yeah, we can use the soft eraser to, like... Hang on. We can use the soft eraser for areas where we don't need it. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, cool. Now we're going to use the soft eraser to do areas that wouldn't have maybe too much. So like maybe some of the diamonds. Gonna need to be careful to not hit the borders by accident, though. There we go. And I'm also going to do a thing. Instead of like doing the tips, I'm going to do the parts closer to the actual glasses with the darker color, because I feel like that's just going to look better. It looks nicer if it goes from like at the edge it's light to at the bottom it's dark. If that makes sense. There's like a better color rule there. Don't know if that actually made sense at all. And honestly, don't care. My brain is a black box, a mysterious enigma, even to myself. I do say that. I do like think that though. When you're live streaming and you at least for me, right? I've talked about this other times as well, but when I live stream, it's a lot of the time I do think about like what I'm saying. You know, I'm trying to like put the conversation in a good direction. I'm trying to think about like, okay, does this topic be something I can talk about it for at least a little bit? Because I love to chat. You know me. I'm an absolute chatterbox on this thing. I never stop talking, whether you like it or not. But sometimes, and usually kind of like when I'm more towards the end of the night or when I'm more tired, sometimes I do kind of like go on autopilot, and that's either when I say the most unhinged shit or when I just start outright describing what I'm saying or outright describing what I'm doing. I do think that that's a thing that happens to me. Hang on. Yeah, got the nice kind of like gem color stuff going on. Yeah, these glasses were made with 100% real, with 100% genuine fake diamonds. Quick aside, Lily perks her ears up when I say the words, "You hungry? Aw, that's cute." And jumps when I say it's time for dinner. I mean, to be fair, to a dog, dinner time is probably the most exciting time of the day. Possibly only second to, going for a stroll every now and again. Sometimes I still remember that one Tumblr post that's like, when dogs are like outside sniffing the grass, that's like them, that's like their equivalent of like scrolling through social media in the morning. Yeah. There we go. Since I can't have eyes myself, I'm just going to make sure that I have the prettiest looking glasses in the whole wide universe. I owe myself these things. Yeah, the funniest, that's something that I am very proud of, is that even though my lore is, and my, whatever I've got cooking in terms of like abilities and such is a little inconsistent, one thing that is consistent is that nobody's ever going to get to see my eyeballs. Never. Not for any reason. If you get a look at my peepers, we are either getting married or I am about to kill you. No witnesses. I'm like one of those crappy statues from Doctor Who. or that one SCP that they had to like. God, I remember reading about this. I don't remember what actually happened with it. If you guys know about the SCP Foundation, if you don't know about it, the SCP Foundation, it is a online wiki that is essentially like a repository for stories, but for like spooky or funny stories. But essentially, they're all formatted in the style of like a scientific containment procedure for whatever spooky slash weird thing they've got going. So, like for example, SCP-183, at least I think it's 183, is this weird statue that if you look at it, if you look directly at it and you're in the same room with it, and you blink, it is going to snap your neck like a Kit Kat bar. And yeah, I think like it does some other creepy stuff too. But its main thing is like the blinking and neck snapping when you turn away from it. But yeah. And I remember reading that apparently because there was like some legal dispute or something going on with the original creator of the statue that was used, because they didn't make like a whole picture for it. They essentially used a existing artist's statue. Like it was just a statue that looked creepy. And it was used without permission. So eventually they decided to change it to, something that wasn't copyrighted. But yeah, I don't remember what they ended up using instead of the old statue. I could let me actually Google it. Hang on, I might be able to Google it right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me Google this SCP-183. Not 185, 183. Or 186? No. Hang on, statue SCP. No, not you. 173. Yeah, that's the one. SCP-173. Let me Google this thing. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, they just removed the picture. I think it just doesn't have a picture anymore. Hang on. Okay, I found one which has the old sculpture. Okay, so they do still have the old picture around. I wonder then if what I read was just like a whole, it might not have been 100% completely factual or fact checked. I need to start like talking more English or better grammatical English, because I feel like my grasp on the language is occasionally slipping. Like I feel like these days I'm slurring together words. I don't think. Hopefully that's not noticeable. I don't think it is, but I feel it. You always feel like when you mess up. Nope. Almost no. I guarantee you that almost nobody else notices. Like that's something that I found that's really cool. Is that if you mess up, chances are nobody noticed. If you act like you were supposed to be doing what you're doing, nobody's going to notice that you slipped up, and that's so good. But it also means that like if you mess up, you need to like just suffer in agony and not really say anything, because once you say something, the jig is up. These are pretty good as they are, but can we make them better? All right, I got an idea actually. Hang on. Foreground to transparent. Hang on. Hang on. And now over here. Perfect. Hang on. I missed a spot back here. There we go. And now we can add a little bit of shading as well. So that's probably going to have a few areas which are like hard shaded, and then the rest we can do a little bit with some gradient magic. Hang on. Pick color from layer. Here we go. My new favorite tool in CSP is honestly this pick color from layer thing, because usually when you pick a color from display, if you're working with like screen and blending layers like I am, it can create a little bit of a kerfuffle because the color you pick will be different from what's actually on the layer. So just having that option is just immensely useful. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've said this before about Live 2D, but for digital art, more so, or maybe equally so to like traditional art, I feel like a lot of it is in the preparation, right? That you need to watch out for. So for example, being able to remember which layer you're working on, what kind of order you should do this stuff in, so that you don't need to go back and waste way too much time fixing stuff. I think like that's also a skill that can be cultivated with digital and visual art. Okay, and then hang on, I'm gonna add a little bit of shading to where some of these sequins are embedded. Just for a little bit of additional spice. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And then let's... Oh dear, I was doing that directly on the layer, huh? Oh well. I think that's pretty good. I like how that's turned out. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of all this. Save it. Hang on. New accessories. Glasses everywhere. And now I'm going to export this sucker so that I can actually put it on my model. Okay, I think, yeah, 100, no, maybe like 75%. I'm going to need to crop it anyway, but it's good to have it just be at a decent size. One moment, please. There we go. All right, save. Put that in the streaming assets folder. And Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How do I look, folks? Do I look good or do I look good? I don't know which is funny to like put these like make these like super big and get silly with it. There we go. Yeah, I think bigger is better in this regard. And maybe just a little bit crooked too. Just a little bit. My head is just kind of naturally crooked. There we go. I think this is okay. I think this is actually looking a little bit distracting. I'm gonna like shrink them down just a tiny bit. There we go. Hey, a little lower. There we go. Okay, yeah. Now they move with my mouth too, so that makes it extra fun for me. To clarify, this is about my entertainment. Oh shoot! I forgot to add the gradient effect. Well, that's fine. I think it does. It looks better without it anyway. All right, let me stuff these guys into a single folder. Okay, we open this back up and put the paper back on. Okay, we've got a couple more options on our plate. I wanted to make myself some like regular ass sunglasses as well, but I feel like that's boring, so we should do those last. We got hard sunglasses, we got the Groucho glasses. I'm not going to give myself bakelite rings because I don't think I need those. I think next one being the Groucho glasses would be pretty funny. It's hilarious that I don't think I see a lot of the Groucho glasses thing being around these days. There we go. Yeah, these will go somewhere around here. Okay. Gonna drink some water too. Hang on. Beautiful. All right. So I'm thinking for this one, we kind of need to go for the symmetry ruler again. And we need to make sure that it's straightened. Or at least not completely crooked. From there, we're gonna... Wait, I think we can actually affect the angle of this thing. Yeah, here we go. Oh, 90. It's already at the... Okay, it's already at the appropriate angle. So maybe it's just me that's crooked. Okay, redraw vector line width. Let's see. Perfect. I think that's... Okay, here's a question. What does a nose pass look like? Because I know that those things are also like loosely based on the Groucho glasses. Or at least the ultimate evolution is. This thing. Honestly, I really like Nose Pass as a Pokemon. I think it's supposed to be like Nose plus Compass, which is why it's like Metallic type. Let's see here. Yeah, Probopass. I think Probopass is definitely like is supposed to be based on the Groucho glasses with the little mustache and everything. Hmm. Yeah, I think the like quote unquote hair is supposed to be like ferrous magnetic material or something. Let's see. But yeah, I think the best way to do this is to make the nose just as pointy as possible. Not as in like it's hooked or anything, but as in like this thing literally looks as though it could like be used to puncture soda cans. Okay, and then this would go 1, 2, and 3. There we go. It looks weirdly geometric now, which I really enjoy. I feel like I need a second set of circles in here. Let me move this thing to the left. 1 hop this time. Bow. 2 hop this time. Bow. Bow. 3 hop this time. Slide to the left. Slide to the left. Yeah, now that I've got 2 of these things going, it'll be much easier to make like a black line, but it's good to also like vary the line width in there. There we go. Like a nice curly mustache. Should I make it like with raised eyebrows? No. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna... Okay, so I don't like the kind of like weird caterpillar eyebrow thing I had going there. So I think instead I'm just gonna make them like very thick, furry eyebrows. Alright. I'm liking it. Let's see. Yeah, let me try using what do you call key block for this. That's not key black, but it is a very striking color. Alright. A wise guy, huh? Oh, I see. I accidentally did it all magenta instead of all key black. Well, that's fine. There we go. Then narrow out the line width here. Very good look for you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to go for a more avant-garde approach to the streams. You know, I think it's certainly working in my favor. It's falling very well with the. Why is this making the circle so scrunkly? But yeah, it's polling very well with test audiences. All right, so let me. Okay, actually, let me undo all that. Okay, here we go. Redraw vector line width. Okay, and then just flatten the crap out of this. Okay. Then for the nose, I did want to do it like a bit, like a very bright Probopass kind of pink. Although I do wonder how that's going to show up against my own face. Hang on. For things like this, layers were created. Should I make the hair green? I feel like that'll be a good move. I used to have a green mustache, but hang on. Actually, I should be careful with that. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like the Joker. Yeah, I do think like maybe the red isn't a bad color, but like the red of the nose isn't a bad color, but I do think that it does need a different color for the hair. So let's go gamut. Not orange. Red might be interesting. Purple? I mean, I could make it white like my Sona's hair, but I feel like that's... I mean, hang on, that could actually show up pretty well. Yeah, like a kind of like purple leaning towards white. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think we got it. Let's see if we can't do anything with this red, too. No, not quite. Yeah, okay. I think that's very cheery. I have to make it now, though. I have to be careful about like not making it look like I'm Santa Claus. The lifelong dilemma: is that just a normal ass old man or Santa Claus? Our sources report in at 6. Yeah, that would be funny. The idea of me just running a news channel, but like all of my field reporters are just a rice piece and like a small little tie. Nobody knows how we got nobody knows how we managed to get it on him, but now it's not coming off. Okay. Expand by 1 pixel. Dump the paint. Perfect. Probably should have like had like a symmetry thing going on for this other eyebrow, but that's fine. Live and learn, I suppose. Okay, just filling that in. Easy as you please. Did we actually ever manage to get a voice recording of like what Groucho Marx sounded like? I imagine because Groucho Marx was a comedian or something, right? Was he a silent film star? I think he might have been. But yeah, Groucho Marx. I don't know if we actually have a voice recording of what he sounded like. We should have, right? Do we have a voice recording of Groucho Marx? But yeah, if I ever like aspire to anything, I think it's gonna be like having a replica of my face become like a theater in movies and symbolism. like to be permanently absorbed into like in like a semiotic sense. I think like that would be my goal as an entertainer. Like people down the years down the line, shitheads born 100 years after I was, are going to be using my likeness for their bits and jokes in a good way. Yeah, because I know for a lot of like these caricatures, they came about because like the person they were trying to caricaturize, you know, it's supposed to be unflattering. But as far as I can tell, people wore Groucho Marx glasses because he was just that good. Like people were like, "Yeah, I'm just like Groucho Marx." It's like a child wearing a Spider-Man costume, but for stand-up comedy instead of like, I don't know, fighting dirtbags. If I recall correctly, Groucho was part of a comedian family. I think there were 3 or 4 brothers. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I always remembered Groucho being related, and this is definitely like me Mandela affecting myself. Mandela affecting myself, but I always remembered him being part of like family or like part of like the sad clown guy. I don't remember what the sad clown's full name was anymore, but I remember that the sad clown was actually like a very profound guy because he kind of essentially embodied the spirit of like the broken American spirit during the Great Depression, and like that's why he got so popular. And there's a famous photo of like the dude who's supposed to be like the sad clown ferrying buckets of water to a burning building because the circus he worked at got caught on fire. Hmm. Hang on, I got to be much more delivered with the bottom half. Yeah, because hmm. Yeah, something about it doesn't look good. Unlike with the eyebrows, where if I made it bushier, it looked better. Or maybe it's just part of me not trusting the process or something. I don't know. Yeah, just a few straight white hairs there to kind of like really highlight the lighter parts. I think it was working out, but maybe I think it was working out, but maybe part of it is the round shapes of the stash. Yeah, yeah, I think that might have been it as well. Yeah, let me just play around with the highlights a little bit more as well. Hang on, maybe. Hang on, let me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select the nose, and then I'm gonna invert select, and I'm gonna shift the colors on here. See if any of these do anything for me. The yellow hair is actually kind of nice. Bright pink is kind of fun. Ooh, bright purple is also really good though. Hmm. Now, how do I avoid this making me this look? Okay, so I know that I used nose pass as part of the inspiration, but I need to avoid actually making it look like that's the entire thing behind it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this, gonna duplicate the layer. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me grab the nose too. Why not? And I'm going to use the gradient mapping function on this sucker to see if I can't put together something more palatable. Let's see what we got. I kind of like that. What else we got though? Let's keep shopping around. Now, honestly, I think this had like the best looks to it. All right, hang on. I'm kind of digging this one, honestly. Yeah, yeah. I think I like this one, but I don't know if it'll like show up too well against my own face. Hang on, let me lower everything here. I'm gonna need to make this like very small on my face so that the joke even lands. Hmm. Shopping around for colors I find to be the most difficult part. Yeah, I was at another artist stream earlier, Hachiko. Yeah, they're great. You should check them out. But they said that their favorite part of like the whole creative process was like the sketching part. I think my favorite part of the like whole thing is definitely the line art part because I feel like I'm at my most capable with line art. When it comes to coloring, though, I feel a little bit more lost. So at times like this, it's very good to get a little bit of practice in. Hmm. Wait, I've got it. Maybe the tone curve will help here. Not quite what I was expecting. Hmm. Suppose I hang on. Suppose I hang on. Select color gamut. This thing here. Suppose I shaded all of this brown, or like it dark enough to be in the like normal hair. What did that look like? Hang on. Let me increase the brush size for this thing. Honestly, it's not too bad. All right, where? Oh, okay. Okay, I think we're getting very very close. Now I think the last thing we need to do is figure out the nose. Hmm. Huh. Green nose is something I hadn't considered before. Yeah, I got a green nose. It's like a green thumb, except I'm just really good at smelling flowers. All right, I got an idea. Yeah, that's a little close to my hoodie's color, but I feel like I can counteract that. Okay, hang on. Let me switch to the G pen for a little bit. Or actually, no, the Milli pen was working pretty good for this. I've seen pictures. Not even pictures. I've seen videos. There was a Netflix show that I was a really big fan of called like Rust Valley Restorers or something, or like Car Jobs or something. But essentially, it was one of those like documentary type shows about like one like car garage that specialized in making like really wild custom designs for their customers. And I remember watching one time the way that one of these guys applied paint by hand to the car. It was like very it felt very artisanal. I don't know how else to put it. Like it felt very masterful because you could see the way that the guy would like. Hang on, I'm gonna try to replicate it with my tablet pen, but essentially the guy would put up his finger and use his finger to guide the paintbrush so that it went straighter. It was wild. Hang on. Hmm. All right. There we go. Yeah. No, hang on. Oh, hang on again. Yeah, hang on. I think I'm just gonna make this top part like normal, at least up to around here. Might remove these like lines that go back here as well. Hmm. There we go. Okay, that feels much better. Okay. I do think like, okay, maybe the one on this ridge was a little bit much. I think for this one, I'm gonna go for a more kind of subtle crosshatch approach. How are we for time anyway? We can probably get a couple more pairs in. Assuming I don't waste so much time like I did with this one. Waste time is a bit of waste time is an uncharitable way of looking at what I did. You know, I spent time on this design. I don't feel bad about it. I think it was worth spending that extra little time so this would make a really nice end product. Okay. And then I think the best thing I can do for this design is to actually grab my own, what do you color here? And actually apply that to the glasses themselves. There we go. And then that way I can select the color gamut here. We'll do this quick and dirty. Hang on. Use the Millie pen, I think. There we go. And then for a slightly darker color. There we go. Maybe that's a little too harsh though. Hang on. Let me desaturate these a little bit. Because these look a little bit calico-ish now. Cat glasses. I mean, that would be kind of cute, but not really what we're going for here, you dig? Alright, and then maybe we apply it with like one of the... Oops. I think I just deleted them. If we apply it with one of the blending modes, it's going to be a little better. Ooh. Okay, overlay is working pretty well. And then I think the best thing we can do... Well, first of all, hang on. Let me select this area here. Expand it by 1 pixel. Make sure that everything else is stepping off too. And then I'm going to fill that with like a semi-opaque color. What about red? Yeah, okay, opacity, let's call it 52. Oh, oops, hang on, I missed a spot here. My own freaking dome got in the way. How embarrassing. Alright, let's try that one more time. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think those turned out pretty cute. I like them at least. Actually, hang on. Let me darken this a little bit. Yeah, okay, I think that's much better. But yeah, that's the second pair of glasses done. Let me export these bad boys and get them on my face. Okay, stand by for glasses. Hold up, I'm cropping this in Windows Image Editor. It's taking a minute. Let me give you a quick play-by-play. He hits the save button, he has to switch it over to the streaming assets folder rather than the streaming resources folder. He opens the item scene, so that's not the right folder. He opens the items. And copy and paste, and now if I pull up VTube Studio, those should be in there. Also, I may have just welded these pink cloths to my face. Oh well, what can you do? There we go. This is it. This is fantastic entertainment and completely normal for a live stream. I don't see a problem with this whatsoever, do you? Okay, let's see here. I like that I've positioned them just quite enough so that like they also move when I talk. This is a great investment. Alright, I think the next set I had was either... Okay, heart-shaped sunglasses, Groucho sunglasses, we got nose pass. Okay. I'm gonna try to do a normal pair of sunglasses next. Yeah, because I feel like both of these, the 3D glasses and the heart-shaped glasses, are going to be like weirdly easy for me. So I feel like the normal sunglasses might actually be the biggest challenge. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I did actually pick this specific image of these sunglasses, not because I want them to have glitter. Frankly, that seems like an awful idea and a great way to get glitter on the rest of your clothes, but because they actually seem very similar to the Friday Chief sunglasses from the original meme. I don't think I've put that up on screen yet. I wonder if Pitbull's ever going to sue me for that thing. I'll take his ass to court, I don't care. He can have his millions, he'll never have the streets. Alright, let's see. Okay, put these like so. Yeah, I don't think I've showed the original Friday Chief on stream yet. Hang on. Got it. Okay, hang on. First of all, let me find this thing. Alright. Man, you'd think having my stuff alphabetized would make it easier to find everything, but no, it's much harder. Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn I had it in here somewhere. Hang on. Where did I put it? I had it here just a minute ago. Oh, wait, no, here it is. There it is. But yeah, you can see that I actually... So that these sunglasses, right? They're those like weird sunglasses that have like a gradient to them. So I loosely base my pick of the reference for this one off of that. God, look... I don't know why ultra-wide Pitbull makes me so uncomfortable. Like, look at him. He's just standing there. If he stands in front of a door, you're fucked. He's blocking the whole thing. Okay, anyway. Let's see here. I'm gonna need to borrow that symmetry tool again. Oh yeah. I was reading up... Speaking of Pitbull and music and stuff that's related to music, I read that apparently we've had 400,000 or so? I think like... Yeah, 440,000 I think it was the number. The exact figure. 440,000 cassette sales in 2022, which is up around like 400% from like the nothing that they were in 2015. Which is kind of impressive. I'm glad that cassettes are coming back as a medium. I don't think there's any like super great benefit to cassettes besides the obvious, but you know, I'm glad that they're making a comeback, because if those can make a comeback, I feel like, you know, we'll have a little bit of something for the people, so to speak. I don't know how to put it. It feels like nature is healing when I hear the news that cassette tapes are making a comeback. All right, let's see. Okay, first we need a G pen, and then, okay. Yeah, for this one I am going to be abusing the change line thickness tools. There we go. Hmm. Alright, I've got an idea. I'm going to switch this so it follows the natural curve of my hand. Oh, mierda. You can tell when I'm really tilted because I'll start swearing in Spanish. If I start swearing in Spanish, it's because I like really got frustrated, or because I was really surprised. Like, I remember the other day that I was walking around the street and I saw some dude essentially like sliding his car very close to where I was walking, and I swore in Spanish, I'm like, huh, where did that come from? Speaking of where things are coming from, I don't know if these are going to have, how do I say this? I don't know how useful having like the little nose bridge thing on regular sunglasses is going to help me here. Yeah, I don't, having a nose bridge, well, I mean, I technically do have a nose right now as we speak. I wonder what would happen if I combined the Groucho glasses with the, hang on, I got a really bad idea. Hang on, let me put the Groucho glasses away for a moment. This is going to be comedy gold. All right, put this one here. You put your right hand in. You put your right hand out. If this works, it's going to look pretty hilarious, and if it doesn't, it's going to look awful. But I'm choosing to trust the process. Yes. Oh god, that's actually kind of freaky. Oh god, there's okay. I think there might be too much going on. It's a privilege that I can handle so much crap going on in like VTube Studio at once, but at the same time, it enables me to do far. Oh my god, I'm dying. Whoa, hang on. I didn't mean to tilt myself. There we go. So yeah, how do I look? Oh god. Okay. Hang on, let me thicken up the rims on these things. There we go. It's perfect. Thank you. I'm glad someone understands my artistic vision. Yeah, watch me accidentally grab one of the Oscar nominations on my way out here. Yeah, best set design, Pablo Riza. All right, how's this going? Okay. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. I just need to like add a couple boring details, which is fine. I think this first bridge should be a little bit straighter. I think that in most cases these sunglasses do have the first bridge be a little bit straighter than the second. Up. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna need these back for a second. I'm gonna color pick from the picture image. I forgot that my opacity was still all the way down like that. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. Now the rest of this is going to be mainly just me trying, basically cuffing blood from the mouth, trying to make all this metal shading work. Man, I'm glad. Okay, so I think during an art fight in not in 2021, 2021. No, it would have been in 2021 because in 2022 I televised the art. Televised. I streamed the art fight pieces that I made, so I would have remembered this. But in the 2021 art fight, I made an attack for this character who had a robotic limb that was like mostly chrome. And that's when I taught myself to like shade metal, and I think that that's just been such a useful skill ever since. Granted, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm way better than I have any right to be at it. So yeah, that's why I've always been such a huge advocate for art fight, because like if you see a cool design that you want to try and make art for, it forces you to learn things that are usually out that are unusually out of your wheelhouse. Particularly for me, like I hang on, which okay, this is the right layer. Yeah, particularly for me, I don't, because I see art as a hobby. If it gets too hard for me, I just like switch to something else, right? Like art is for me to have fun with most of the time. It's not something that I'm going to pursue as a career choice. So a lot of the time, if something becomes like too onerous, I just like am like, okay, no, I'm just not going to do that because I have other ways I could be having fun spending my time, which is the best attitude for growth. I'd like to think that I've moved past it quite a significant amount ever since then. But yeah, I think that's why Art Fight was really helpful for me, was because it forced me to learn to draw and inspired me to draw in different styles, much more outside than my usual comfort zone. Mainly because I was trying to some extent, mimic the original artist style. I think that kind of led me to try and improve my own diversity and range in art. And now I'm making Groucho glasses for my own Live 2D avatar. Which, to be quite honest, is not something that I would have imagined happening in 2021. Like, I think in 2021, for most of 2021, I remember wanting to become a live streamer, like as like an almost hasty decision. Really, like it was one of those things where, like, if you didn't do it the day you got the idea, you would have like not followed through at all. Like, it's one of those things where you would have chickened out like immediately. For me, at least. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of y'all, but I have like these moments where I realize that if I don't take the opportunity right now, I'm never going to work up the courage to do it again. For me, live streaming was one of those things, which is also why I'm scared of like taking a long term hiatus or anything. You know, because then I'm gonna wonder, okay, once I finish up my scheduled time for the hiatus, am I gonna want to come back to this? The answer is probably going to be yes, because I have so much fun with this. I've honestly met more people that I like spending time with through live streaming than in any other way throughout my entire adolescent, and childhood life. Like, legit, I did not have that much fun with like friends until I got to university. I didn't really realize how much fun it could be with your friends because I just never found people that I really vibed with, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I had friends, but like I think it was particularly in university where I felt more at peace with who I was and the people around me, which is really quite a blessing. Everybody deserves to have like that kind of human interaction where they feel safe, they feel like, they're being part of something. They're being part of a community, they're being part of something nice. I enjoyed it personally, which is why I want to advocate for it. Hang on. Then I'm going to add a gradient of like, maybe this kind of like same murky yellow down here. But yeah, I have a lot of fun live streaming, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to stop anytime soon. Okay, and then I got an idea. Hang on. Let me increase the brush size here. Just gonna darken the insides here so I can lighten it up in the middle here. And that's gonna create an even bigger contrast. There we go. And actually, come to think of it, the gold could probably use a few white highlights too. It's weird that like after making these two pairs of glasses, this is the most normal and fastest pair that I've made. There's nothing particularly ironic in that. I just think it's kind of funny. All right. Let's save this. Stuff these guys into a folder again. How are we for time? I think we have time for one more pair. Maybe two if we really haul ass. All right. Man, that redeem corner of my about page is about to get real hectic. Yeah, like I get why the redeem, like the first page on Twitch isn't going to be the page that shows like your redeems or like your about. Like I get why that is, but I also think it's excuse me for yawning. I do also think that it's a little bit of a missed opportunity for me. What was I doing? Right, the accessories. Hang on, I gotta teleport these guys in. I'm gonna look like the world's coolest Muppet by the end of this. All right. Perfect. All right. This is going to be a lot to look at. I feel like I should warn y'all now. Yeah, maybe I should make these bigger. Yeah, there we go. I feel like if Elton John was some kind of sock puppet, that's what this getup feels like. All right, one more. Which one should I do though? I'm torn between. You know what? Actually, let's have the heart-shaped ones, because the 3D ones are going to be way too easy, and also like it is the Valentine's Day season, so I'm excited for that. I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day streaming. Although I would make a rather convincing Cupid. I'm afraid I can't fly, and my aim is rather shit with a bow. Yeah. But you know what they say, fake it till you make it. I might be able to take that little flying sucker's job by the end of the year if I work hard enough. I do honestly feel like the heart-shaped sunglasses are the ones that fit me the best. I don't have I use a lot of pink in what I do. Well, warm tones at least. So I feel like having a love core aesthetic isn't going to be that far off, but I'm not sure I could rock that full time. Yeah. I like love core in theory. I think that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, because I'm like, I like making really pink of heart-filled things every now and again, but it's not something that could be. It's not a grind set I could be on 24/7. I don't think. All right, hang on. Let me try to focus on the actual shape of this thing. There we go. I love Lovecore. I actually have a design I'm planning. Nice! Yo, that's gonna be so sick. I feel like Lovecore would really fit your artistic design, Bunny. Yeah. Actually, I remember, I think like a couple of years ago, definitely before last year, because I remember the Valentine's pick day I made last year. I think the Valentine's Day pick for 2021 that I made is essentially me trying to mix Lovecore with my usual like roughneck shit. Which it turned out really funny. Hang on, let me see if I can't. I'm low key in my pink era, or rather, baby pink era. Hey, that's pretty good. Hang on, let me see if I can find the 2021 one. Okay, 2021. Okay, I have them from October 2021. How about from earlier than that? No, that's not it. Hang on, folks. I gotta go look at something real quick. $2021. Oh, here we go. All right, it should be around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the one I made for 2021, I think. And I'm really proud of how it came out, honestly, but God, I could do so much better now. I could rework this at some point, but I don't think I'm gonna do that this year. But yeah, I like how these two came out. Let's see. Right, I need to focus on these sunglasses. Yeah. What else ended up happening? Oh yeah. You know, I've spoken about it a little bit about how I get my news and the stuff I talk about on stream from like these different newsletters that I collect. And I sort of I thought I had the last straw. I almost had the last straw with one of them today. Not because they publish anything offensive, but because they started giving advice on how to start a podcast. I can't associate people who would have that on their hands. You know, it's really rather, you know, it's like throwing rocks in a glass house, a VTuber calling out people who start podcasts, but I've seen so many people start podcasts. It's just become, I feel like starting a podcast is like the equivalent of it's like the modern equivalent of going out with your boys to the big city to try and make your fortune. I don't know how else to describe it. I feel like that's how it feels to me, like trying to start a podcast these days. And I do think the one thing that is commendable about podcasts is that usually they almost never have a single narrator, which keeps them very interesting. Like that is something I admire. Like you could, I mean, evidently you could have a live stream with only one person kind of leading the whole thing, but you can't really have a podcast with one person unless they're doing like a big lecture or, you know, something similar to that, or they're like narrating a story. And even then, they might bring in different people to kind of tell different parts of the story. But yeah, that's something I respect about podcasts is that you really, really can't do it alone for the most part. You know, unlike live streaming, don't get me wrong, it is also good that you can do live streaming on your own. I'm not like a super sociable person. I have a very low social battery, and I love DIY shit. So for me, live streaming was like the perfect choice. I love the sound of my own voice, and I hate being quiet. Let's see how these are turning out. Okay. And a control point. Here we go. You. And you too. There we go. Okay, now these should turn out a little bit smoother. There we go. Valid? Thanks. Let's see. There we go. I do think it would be a good idea to have like glasses pegs on these guys because I feel like that enhances the feeling of them quite a bit. Although I am going to try and thicken the lines overall. All right, let me try something. All right, we need to lower the simplification and make it so that it processes the whole line. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now let's bring on this thing here. Should I make like pink lenses? I kind of want pink lenses. Oh god, that is some strong pink. Do you ever like accidentally drop a color into your painting so bright that it actually like hurts you a little bit to look at? That happened with me just now. There we go. Yes. Good to know that's not just me then. Okay, bring one up over here. It's always a bit of a pain when you accidentally make the colors too bright because then it makes it look like all the other colors and they're a little dull. Yeah, because like that doesn't look like white to me, right? Even though it's about as close to white as it could be. Yeah, close enough. All right, select color gamut. And we're going to do the smart thing and put the shading on a different layer this time. There we go. Okay. Then over here. And then using the clearing away brush for here. Blend that away a little bit. Oh, I'm not using the... I see what's happened. Okay, my bad. I thought I was using the color for shading, but it turned out to be the transparency one. Oh, oopsie doodle. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can't do it by using a different like layer. Maybe that'll be a little bit more efficient. Yeah, okay. Okay, I like that. All right, I'm pretty happy with that, although I do want to beef up the line work a little bit. I want to make it a little bit tighter. There we go. Yeah, like I feel like this part isn't round enough, whereas this part is a little too flat. Hang on. God, I hope this looks better, because otherwise I have goofed big time. No, wait, no. It's missing something, hang on. Alright, here's what we do. Here's how we do it. There we go. Okay. And then we kind of go in like this. And here's what we do next. Well, what are we gonna do next? Right, okay. Now I remember. I'm just gonna grab all these, stuff them in a folder, copy and paste that folder, erase at least one of the folders, merge those layers, and then we get to use my old friend the liquefy tool to cover up our mistakes. Remember, if it can be undone, it's not a mistake, it's a learning experience. I say that sarcastically, but that's actually a really good approach to most weird life events. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right, I think that's good. Let me export those. I think. Wait, no, we do have a little bit more. Nah, I'm done. I'm done for tonight. All right, hang on. Let me just put these on real quick, and then we can call it a night. One moment, please. My hubris has made it. Get to know your limits. Yeah. Like, it's one thing. It is one thing if I had like a mission to accomplish, but I've accomplished that mission like at least 1, 2, 4 separate times today. So I should permit myself a little bit of rest. All right, let me find my gosh dang VTube Studio so I can put these things on. There we go. Behold, the ultimate life form. I think I've put so much crap on my face that these things aren't even like proper. Oh no, there they go. Now they're properly registering. Okay. Well, these are getting a little heavy. Let me go back to the just chatting screen real quick. God, feast your eyes upon that. All right, let me find somebody that we can raid. Oh, yeah, what time is it anyway? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it is about time to call it a night. Is my brain just not working today? I feel like that's not a thing I usually say. Like, I usually don't babble like a fool like this. Let's see. Oh, I think... Okay, Mocha's streaming. Let's go say hi. Alright, well, thank you for your time, everybody. Sorry, I got hit with one of those ads. Anyway, I don't have a current schedule. I think I'm doing something tomorrow. We're going to be working on the comics, so I'll be working on the comic tomorrow. Hope to see you there. I'll catch you all later. Bye.